too close. Hi, you guys. Welcome back to my goodnight stream, Cimonealise goodnight stream. I'm Cimonealise. Nice to meet you. I'm Cece, or you can call me Cece. I'm Cimonealise, and you can call me Cece. C-I-C-I, capital C's on me. Please and thank you. Tonight we're gonna do our reading, our journaling. I just got done trying to pop this pimple. I've never dealt with so much like nose activity. Like the fact that it's the holiday time, I was like, call me Rudolph, because at this point it is what it is. Not to talk down on myself, because I still love myself 100,000 loving%. You know, there's just a little asterisk right now going on right here on my nose, quite literally. But welcome. Thank you for coming to join me. I know it's a little late. I've been really debating if I was supposed to even like go out tonight. I was supposed to go to this like reindeer games singles meetup, but I don't know. I just like was so tired, so I just want to lay down. And then parts of me was like, you should go outside. And the other half of me was like, but I want to stream. And then the other half of me was like, but you should go outside. And then I was like, but I want to stream. And I was like, because if I go outside and come back home, I'm going to miss my stream for the day. And going out to meet strangers, is that worth it today? No, no, I don't think so. So I chose to stay home and get my rest, and low-key waited till like the last minute to do the stream because it's 11:26. But the stream will still be uploaded or be considered started on this day. You get what I'm saying? Got to stay consistent with it. That's one thing I learned about YouTube, is like you have to be consistent. I'm not a person who like does edit videos at this moment. Still really trying to find my rhythm with that. One video at a time, but streaming's just a lot easier for me. And then also to the storage space of it all, shortcuts of life. If the difference between, to me, being like a YouTuber who like creates video content versus being a YouTuber who streams, in my opinion, you don't need any storage space when you're streaming. It just goes right up into the cloud, if you will, or right onto the platform. And then I don't have to worry about like, oh my gosh, because like I have hard drives and stuff, but then it's like, it's just the maintenance of it all. And I need things to be not easy, but just simple for me. Systems, if you will. I think everyone's more successful if they have systems. So for me, it's like, okay, as long as I have my setup, and then I go ahead and stream, and then I'm done. Do my tags, do my app, do my description, like just do all the little parts, and then one video at a time. We just gotta worry, not even worry, just do our best to get 1% better than the last video. Just 1%, not to overwhelm ourselves to feel like we gotta be the best thing ever. Just one stream at a time. So, and if you're new here, like I said, my name is Cimonealise. You can call me Cece. C-I-C-I, capital C's on me. I stream daily on beauty, self-care, and more. Why are you, Cece? Why are you doing it? Because I'm a licensed massage therapist and esthetician, baby. Of over 10 years, I've been doing body work. And I love pampering people. And I love spending time with folks. And I used to be a massage teacher or instructor. I've been out here. I used to massage like pro athletes, VIP clients. I've been doing some things in my lifetime. And a lot of people don't believe I've been doing it for 10 years. But I have been. And it's been fun. But now I like to stream and things and hang out with my chat, and it's been a really good time too. And I hope you guys enjoy your time here with me, because tonight's stream, we are reading, we are journaling, and just chatting, if you will. So like this live if you like it, share if you care, subscribe if it's a vibe, and donate if you want to see some changes. So nonetheless, where's my books at? Let's just hop into it. And could you believe it? Could you believe it? I actually have a charged phone for tonight's stream. My phone is charged. How about that? How about that? Hold on, I feel like I can like zoom in just a little bit more. Yeah, there we go. How about that? My phone is charged tonight for this stream. But not y'all getting removed. Y'all must be typing some wild stuff. Anyways, let's start off with our winner's creed. Okay, I'm at home, so I'm comfortable right now. Because when I get off of stream, I'm going to hop into my bed. I'm gonna watch my videos and go back to where I came from, my bed, my nice, beautiful, comfy bed. Okay, so a winner's creed right here. If you think you are beaten, you are. You are not. If you think you dare not, you don't. Oh, but we dare. If you like to win but think you can't, it's almost a cinch you won't. We gonna do it. If you think you lose, you're lost. We will never lose. We are winners. For out in the world, we find success begins with a person's faith. Faith we do have over here, okay? It's all in the state of mind. And my mind stays in a winner's mindset. Like, I will win, right? And it's life's battles don't always go to the stronger or faster hand, because they go to the one who trusts in God and always believes or thinks I can. Thinking, yes, I can. Because if you say you can, you can. And if you say you can't, you can't. And you won't even try. So make sure you speak life into yourself. That's the winner's creed. Author unknown. It's just a little mindset, thing. Read to yourself so you can be your best self. Read to yourself so you can be your best self. Reading is necessary. I have a scroll habit. I scroll a lot. I be on the TIK TOK, if you will. But like, I look forward to the fact that, like, okay, even though I know I scroll quite a bit, working on it. I even like stop myself from scrolling on like Safari. Like, I don't do that anymore. Like, if it's not right here, I won't try to, like, if it makes sense, like, I try to control my habits. But I look forward to the fact, like, okay, tonight I will be reading. I will be reading. I have a whole little library downstairs. And I got tons of books that still need to be read. Some that have been reread multiple times. But the one books that I have, and there's 3 books that I have in my room. My Bible, that's near my bed. I have my Confident Woman devotional right here. And then currently I have the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, because I need variety. So this one's written by Joyce Meyer, and we are on December 6th. So this is 365 days of devotion, or inspirations, if you will. This is Joyce Meyer. Why her? Why this random white lady? Because this random white lady is who I used to hear in the car all the time when I was a kid. And this book used to belong to my mama. And my mama gave me this book. So now I'm reading it. Okay? Okay. And we like Joyce Meyer over here. That's a good woman. That's a good woman right there. Good woman today. So the way that this book works, it goes scripture, reflection, then prayer. Now, when it comes to the scripture, I am not a theologian, a theologist, biblical scholar, none of that. I just read to understand, and I read to learn things I may have not have known before. So I don't read with my opinion or to be right, truly read objectively. And I may reread it twice just because a lot of times this stuff don't even make sense to me. But I know there's good in this, so I do my best to really try to understand, and then I get my understanding through the reflection, and then I'll share with you what I'm getting out of it, and you can share with me what you got out of it, and we could chat about it. But I don't want you thinking like, she just know. I don't. I'm trying. I'm doing my best. I'm putting forth the effort to understand, because I want to have a well-rounded mindset when it comes to my faith. And I never want to assume that I just know what I'm reading, because I don't. And like, anyone who just acts like they just know every single scripture front and back, unless you've truly dedicated your life to it, we all learning, like, day by day. What is your favorite book you have read this year? My favorite book that I've read this year. That's a great question. So there was a book that I did read. Damn, I forget what it was about. Not what it was about, what it was called. Because I was in college earlier in the year, and we had to read this story about eggs, like egg farming. And so I'm from Minnesota, and this story was like a local story about the struggle this husband and wife went through creating their like egg farm, and like getting into the grocery stores and like learning and understanding like the process of like really nurturing your chickens and making sure like just that story alone was really dope to see, because it was like entrepreneur family. It was driven by a woman, like written about by the woman, but it's like the partnership, the ups and downs that her and her husband went through with trying to like fall through with this dream. And just that was a really dope story to learn about. The outcome, they were successful. Their local eggs are in the Minnesota grocery stores to this day. But like knowing how like that roller coaster was over some eggs, crazy. But insert whatever, you know, insert books instead of eggs, insert planes instead of eggs, insert, I don't know, watermelons instead of eggs. But it was just like the fact that someone had a dream and they achieved it. Oh, that does something for me. So that was like my favorite book this year. I'm gonna figure out what it's called. I literally see the title. It's like orange, white, and bluish. I think I have it on my bookshelf downstairs. I do have it on my bookshelf downstairs. But that's the book that I read this year that I actually like read with my eyes. And then the other story sounds like a dope book. The premise reminds me of Shoe Dog, the story of the guy who created Nike. Hella inspirational. You know, it's so dope to watch how people make their dreams come true, or the journey of even figuring out what your dream really is. Like a lot of people just have this idea and not like a full-on plan, but they're like, I want to see where this can go, you know? And I really identify with that because my YouTube channel, like every day I'm just going on here, showing face. I have this idea and I'm just trying to see where it can take me, you know? My name's Cimonealise, but you can call me Cece. But what's my dream? To make all my dreams come true, baby. To make them all come true. And my bottom line to it all is to honestly create a stressless environment for my family. I come from a family of women, and I've seen so many women in my life, generation by generation, work so hard to provide. And it's super unfortunate that there's only a couple, literally maybe a couple, maybe a few examples of women who were truly provided without a catch, you know. A lot of the women in my family were housewives, but there was a catch, you know. So I just really want to be able to make my dreams come true, and by proxy of that, I can provide emotional relief and like financial relief to the women who I love most in my life. So that, and even for me, I believe I'm like not one of the first women, but like one of the few women in my family who choose to be on their own on purpose, not living with a man, just because you rather have your peace than problems. Love to have peace, no problems. You know. What's the next dream that you're working on currently? That's a great question. What I'm working on right now, it's for you guys. And I just closed my computer because it's like, oh, I got caught up. I get so like caught up in the thick of it that I'm like, oh, I gotta actually go stream real quick, and then I'll come back to it. But I got something for y'all in the works. I'm so excited to share it and whatnot. And just really gratitude attitude to know that like, okay, I'm actually putting this thing together. And this is one of those things that go back to like answering your other question, like providing that financial stress and relief, providing that financial relief and like stressless environment for my loved ones. Sometimes trying to live your dreams is hard. What's the conditions placed on you by others? When there's conditions placed on you by others. To be honest, there are no conditions, right? So like I know there are situations and circumstances, But ultimately, you have to be okay with being uncomfortable with making those things happen. Like, I was just on the phone the other night, when I was streaming, and someone was calling me, and they got upset that I didn't end my stream just to talk to them. And I'm not, right? I could be like, oh no, I want them to care. But if you don't care about my dream, why should I care about chatting with you? And then when I did get off the phone to finally chat with that person, I was talking to them from my computer, but I was on my phone putting in like all the, like, you know, the things for me to upload my video, like the tags, the descriptions, like all those things, turning the monetization on to the video, all that stuff. They hung up on me like, man, you all on your phone. Like, and I am. And I am. Or like tonight, I was supposed to go out to this meetup to go. But yeah, I really do want to meet people, but also too, I really want my dream to come true. So it's like, doesn't mean I gotta be in the house again, and I will. Friendships, all types of things. Like, I lost a friend recently when I was streaming because I was just chatting with my chat and just being myself, and they rewind the tape and I shared what I thought or what happened, but like they had a totally different perspective of it, and they're allowed to. I'm not here to convince nobody of nothing, you know? So it's like, okay, well, life goes on. I have to go on. I can't convince people. Like, it is what it is. So it's like, then I'll start monitoring myself while I'm streaming, and I'm not like, I'm here to be myself. It's literally my channel. So it's like, there's so many situations I can name where it's like, that can stop me. That would be considered like, you know, what's the word that you use? There's so many, I forget what's the word you use. Conditions. But yeah, like, there could be, or you don't give a fuck and you do it anyways, you know? Yeah. Like, sometimes it's like, oh damn, where am I going to even find the time? You find it. Sometimes when I know for a fact that I'm not going to stream at night, that's when y'all see me like up like at 4 a.m. streaming, because I'm not doing this shit later on tonight. I am tired, and as long as I make sure I stream every day, I'm reaching my goal. Like, you know? So like, there are conditions, not to get stuck on that, but like, I just want to encourage you to know that you can do it regardless of those conditions. You can seek and you shall find. Ask and you shall receive. Seek and you shall find. Knock and the door will be opened unto you. And that is God's promise to you. You know? Just want to reiterate that to y'all and whatnot. But let's get into it. Okay? Let's get into it. December 6th, page 340. Does that mean today's day 340? Maybe. Let's see. Watch your step. And this is the verse, or the scripture, if you will. You preaching tonight. Love it. Go. Okay. I'm just chatting. That's all. Who is that? Q, right? Hi, Q, right? Are you new here? Welcome. And thank you to Bomb 808 for returning back. I be remembering y'all names too, so let me know if you did subscribe so I can shout y'all out, because I appreciate y'all. Chat. Most peaceful place on YouTube right here, where we just chat, relax, and nothing too crazy, right? So watch your step, and having shod your feet in preparation for face. As y'all know, I don't have my glasses. Feet preparation to face the enemy with the firm-footed stability, the promptness, and the readiness. God damn. Where I put them glasses? Damn. I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying to remember where I put them. Yes, I've subbed. Watching you live is very relaxing. Oh, thank you. You like the new setup, Bomb 808? You like it? I'm trying to switch it up and make it more like YouTuber. I'm trying to make it more YouTuber-ish. I feel like this is giving like talking head YouTuber-ish. 12-inch distance, but close enough. You know, I feel like it's giving dynamic. Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna close the door a little bit because I feel like somebody gonna be in my business. All right, okay. And having shod your feet in preparation to face the enemy with firm-footed stability, the promptness and the readiness produced by the good news of God, of the gospel of peace. Ephesians 6:15. The new setup is great. Thank you. I like it too. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Okay. In warfare, and this is the reflection. That was the scripture. This is a reflection. In warfare, soldiers protect their feet so they can stand and fight the enemy. Paul tells us that we must walk in peace in order to defeat Satan's attacks. I'm going to use this as a shortcut, y'all. I'm going to use this card so I can read each line more easily. Let's see. To have peace in your life, you have to be a peacemaker. And a peacemaker and a peace maintainer. Okay. In warfare, soldiers protect their feet so they can stand and fight the enemy. Paul tells us that we must walk in peace in order to defeat Satan's attacks. To have peace in your life, you have to be a peacemaker and a peace maintainer. Okay? You can't just wait for peace to fall upon you. The psalmist instructs us to pursue, inquire for, crave, and go after peace. Oh my gosh, my eyes. Hold on, y'all. My eyes. When I tell you, I am not trying to be dramatic. When I tell you, I quite literally will need glasses. Hi, Charles. Hey, Rajan. So I can read this shit to you guys. Not to call it shit. Give me, Father God. He's still working on me. I'm not a perfect person, okay? That's why I'm reading this. Anyways, all right. To have peace in your life, you have to be a peacemaker and peace maintainer. You can't just wait for peace to fall upon you. The psalmist instructs us to pursue, inquire for, crave, and go after peace. Psalm 34:14. If you want peace badly enough, you will make whatever changes you need to make to see that you get it. For instance, if you're stressed out all the time and exceeding your limits, you need to cut a few things out of your life and restore your peace. You listening? This is for everybody. Satan is an expert at stealing your joy, getting us upset so we lose our peace, and he can overpower us. We are being aggravated by the devil. We are to remain constant and fearless. Philippians 1:28. Keep your eyes on God and trust in him, and he will take care of the situation. When the enemy is coming against us, the most powerful thing we can do is to refuse to let it upset us and instead walk in peace. Okay? Do you still prefer that we use caps? In the comments, I do prefer you using all caps. Because do you see, I literally had to grab a flashlight just to read this book. It's obscene. So like if you care about me and my eyes, please type in all caps so I don't have to keep doing this. It lets me know you care about me. It lets me know you're listening. You hear me. You're here for me just like I'm here for you. It's the little things. Thank you. Thank you. And it's CICI, but I appreciate you because, yeah, can't no one tell you your name but you. Because I encourage you guys, too, to correct other people when they spell your name wrong or say your name wrong. There's nothing wrong with you wanting to be called by the name that you have, I even correct my father because he will literally type in CEE. I'm like, sir, it's CICI. He said, who named you? Who writes the name, though? Like, literally. Anyways, here's the prayer. Reflection, right? Let's reflect on that, right? So I got out of that basically, you know, hold God's hand and walk forward, because the enemy will keep trying to distract you. Like the way I see it is like this, like literally, right? Okay, I'm gonna use this book as an example, right? This is what all God has for you, right? But some people and things, the enemy will distract you from this side and this side to keep you away from all this lovely goodness down the middle, right? Down the middle is God. Enemy on the left, enemy on the right. That's how I see it. That's how I see it, right? I'm just using this book as an example. So as you're like going through your life journey with God, right? You're getting all of these beautiful, lovely lessons, okay? And then something will try to like convince you that over here, the grass is greener. Ain't shit over here. Nothing is over here. You're literally away from God over here. You want all of this. You want love. And then someone else might try to convince you there's something over here. There ain't shit over here either. It's nothing. It like they really would try to convince you the grass is greener over here or the grass is greener over here, but literally you have to stay steadfast in the middle and keep your eye on him. You really do. So that way you get all this beautiful goodness, because the enemy has literally nothing for you but despair. Nothing for you but despair. Like, why would you want that? You know? Thank you, Q-Ray. I appreciate you. See, that lets me know you care. It's the little things. And if I say y'all name wrong, correct me. Put the enunciation and all the things in there. And I'm like, okay, noted, won't do it again. Got it. Okay? And I will correct others for you. Like, that's not how you say Q-Right's name. Do right by my chat. You must be new here. Because my chat is dope. Y'all be remembering each other. Like, two like OGs in my chat are Kenny and Denzel, or K-Cell and Denzel. 100%. And Charles. Charles is always up in here. Thank you, Charles. My locks are growing, baby. My locks are growing. I feel good. I feel cute, too. I like them. I like them a lot. I was like, oh, we here now. We finally reached the stage of updos. Nice. Okay. But yeah, so I think that's basically what it's telling you, because the enemy will try to take you off your square. You like, and then there's gonna be things that's gonna try to like make you angry, or things that are gonna try to make you want to pursue the enemy, but you can't. You just gotta like pursue God in all things and know He has an accounting for everything. I remember, Denzel, you got a good community. Thank you. #1 fan, Charles. Stop. I enjoy my community over here. It's growing. It used to be a lot bigger, but like I doubted myself for a few days back in October, because I was like, is this even worth it? And I was like, you know what? Fuck that. That's the enemy making you feel like you shouldn't do it. So we're gonna keep it going, keep it growing. You know, I love it over here. I look forward to chatting with you guys, because it's like, it's weird. People, when I first started doing my YouTube, I would like share with others, and only a couple people were truly excited for me. And then like when I tried to explain it to my mom too, she was just like, okay, sweetie. Okay, honey. You know, she's like, I don't want you to think I don't believe in you. I just don't understand it. And I was just like, okay, that's fine. That's fine. But I bet you'll understand when it's time to understand, ma'am. And yeah, I'm so proud of myself. I realized like it takes people really like almost 2 years on average to get a monetized channel, and we did it in 6 months. Like, that's dope. And I also want to say, like, yeah, certain pursuits I don't even tell the family. I feel that, Q, right? I realized like keep it to myself, because sometimes it almost make you feel like it's, you almost want to, you rather keep it to yourself because you feel so good about it that anybody else's like idea of it that could possibly be less than is like, can be a little discouraging. Like, am I wasting my time, you know? And that's, yeah, I totally agree. You got to keep those good things to yourself, which is the little, like how I told you earlier, what I'm working on for y'all, I gotta keep it to myself because I don't want the enemy to get into my ears or to try to like, or take my ideas and things like that. Gotta keep it to yourself. And then, oh, and I want to say this too. This is a side note because I was like, I wake up and I try to listen to things that are going to keep me inspired, keep me motivated, keep me going, you know. Um, that what is that's what is good about moms. Even if they can't understand, they still want their children to be happy. Heck yeah, boom 80, boom 808. I said boom 88. Boom 808. Yeah, my mom's super dope. Like she genuinely is just like, uh-huh. Okay. You want a tripod? I got a tripod for you. Thank you. At the same time, I don't know what you're doing, but here's a tripod. Hey, you want a ring light? Thanks. Now I got 2 ring lights. And it's just like, oh, okay. So like she supports me truly, but then it's like, I still don't know what the fuck you're doing, but here you go. Like, I love that. I love this woman. She on my vision board. She that card right there that's kind of falling down. She was an entrepreneur too. But now she's a public speaker. She's spoken all over the country in conferences and all types of stuff. She's super dope. But back in the day, she was an appraiser, a broker, and a realtor. She was like the first Black woman in the state of Minnesota to be all 3. Very proud of my mom. She's a highly ambitious woman. And now she's at the point in life where she's like, I just want to relax. I just want to relax, kick my feet up. Let God pay my bills. I was like, understood. But my side note was this morning when I was listening to like my videos, if you will, my little playlist I put together, there was I'm chatting right now because I got a battery that's charged. Y'all know all week my phone been on like 20%, and we had to be like on a system. So I'm getting my stuff off right now, if you will. So there was this girl who popped up. She's like, how to get 7,000 subscribers in 7 days. And, you know, people like, I got 100,000 subscribers in 3 months. And, or you see like, oh, I got a million subs in 30 days. Like, that stuff can be super discouraging sometimes. It almost makes you feel like, what am I doing? And I realized that, like, even if I did get a huge community like that fast, I wouldn't know anybody in it. I wouldn't know the people in my community. And I think that's the beauty of like growing like moving like a turtle versus like a hare, you know? Like that the other people, much success to them, right? But I feel like when I finally do cross that finish line of like my milestones that I plan to hit with my YouTube channel, that I can feel genuinely connected to my subscribers or my supporters or just the people in the chat, period, because like we actually took the time to chat with each other every night, to remember each other. The chat and the people in the chat remember each other. It's not just nonstop flooding of people who don't, like, just random people who happen to stop by in 1 week or like 3 months. Like, that's exciting, right? That's super exciting. But then it's like you're gonna have to keep making those certain kind of videos over and over. And I feel like the way that I'm growing gives me the opportunity to truly just be myself versus trying to be like this curated content creator who just sticks to this specific niche. Because I'm not the same person every day. Like, I'm a massage therapist, I'm a mom, I'm a daughter, I'm a colleague. Like, there's so many different parts to who I am. And, you know, bottom line, I'm a woman, and there's so many layers to that for the type of woman I am. That's like, to be the exact same for every video, I wouldn't be able to maintain that. So I'm like, okay, God, I'll take the slow and steady. I'm gonna take the slow and steady. Because when I finally do reach it, I know it's not gonna fall apart as quickly as it came together. Because it took a long time for it to come together. So if anything ever needs to like take a dip or hit, it wouldn't be a dramatic one. You know what I'm saying? Just one day at a time. She speaks regarding real estate. That's the industry I'm in. Yeah, my mom used to, yeah, she did all that. Growing organically allows more depth with your audience. Yes, organic growth. You know, I love that. And I have to stay away from those other videos who are like trying to give you like the sauce, or I'm gonna give you tips and tricks that no one's ever told you. I'm not gonna tell you this, da, da, da. I'm gonna share 5 new things. Ah, da, 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 da. Like that shit blows me. It really does. It really does. And then but I love the people who do create that content and people who do decide to follow it, and if it does work for them, amazing. But also too, it's like that's stressful. Because let's say you pay and invest that money and it still don't work. You could have just been doing you the whole time instead of trying to do somebody else's formula. Just do you. And then what's funny is some YouTubers have lots of subs, but hardly anyone watches their videos or live streams. Really? I didn't even know that. But that makes sense to me because it's like you have so many people that no one feels connected to you to even want to stay. They're like, in and out, in and out. The person don't even recognize none of the names in their own chat because they either grew too fast. Like, you hear that about people who have like viral videos too, where like you get viral from a dancing video, but you're a mechanic and you're trying to teach people about cars, but no one subscribed to you about or followed you about cars. They followed you because you hit the nay 10 years ago. Like, you know what I mean? Or you're out here doing the Ty Lil dance now. Like that, you go viral for something else. You know what I mean? So it's like it's best to just be yourself the whole time and then grow organically, as Q Wright said. And 100% agree with you, Boom 808. Okay, back to this. Because those for me, based off what we just read with Watch Your Step, that to me could be like I would say, like grass is greener on the other side versus me like just staying focused on like my pace of which I'm going, which is the perfect pace for me. Just one stream at a time and doing my best to make each stream 1% better. So 1% better for me doesn't mean like scripting my videos or like making a better intro or any of that. It's like, okay, next stream I'm gonna fix the lighting. Next stream I'm gonna make sure the thumbnail's this way. Next stream I'm gonna make sure my desk is clear off. Like little things like that. Literally 1% better. Next stream I'm gonna change the angle or where I'm gonna stream at. Because I used to stream from my bed. I was like, well, let me actually use this vision board that I've had for years that I've made. Because some of these things have come true. And y'all see what's in the middle? Y'all can't really see what's in the middle. But right in the middle right here is a YouTube. It's a YouTube. Because like YouTube is like always been on my forefront in my mind. Yeah. So here's a prayer. Lord, thank you for the peace you've given me through the good news of the gospel. Help me to walk in peace and joy, constant and fearless. Amen. And then we're going to read it 2 more times. Lord, thank you for your peace you've given me through the good news of the gospel. Help me to walk in peace and joy, constant and fearless. Amen. And then one last time for the people in the back. Lord, thank you for the peace you've given me through the good news of the gospel. Help me to walk in peace and joy, constant and fearless. Amen. Okay. Now we shall go to our last reading. We do like 3 little readings. And the first 2 are obviously like God-based, God-driven, you know, love of Christ, if you will. This last book is to be more inclusive for everybody who's in my chat, because, you know, we all come from different walks of life, different faiths. So I think it's really good to incorporate a book that can be used by everybody, which is obviously, you know how I feel. Like, obviously the Bible can be used by everybody, but you get what I'm saying. Respectfully, this is meant for everyone to feel included. So this is the 7 highly effective habits. 7 habits of highly effective people. Yeah, so we're in chapter 2 right now. I'm still blown away by the golden egg story. Still blows me. It still blows me, you guys. So where we left off on was P and PC. P is the production or the thing that was produced, and PC is the production capability, right? So what we left off on was this father, who obviously is the writer of this book, right, about mindsets and things. his daughter invited him to go see Star Wars, but she really didn't want him to come because he takes his daughters out on dates often, right? So on these dates, they do movies, whatever, dinner, because he teaches his daughter how to be, courted and stuff like that. The issue was that the daughter really likes these fantasy movies like Star Wars and stuff. So she was like, Dad, we don't have to do this because you fall asleep every time anyways, and you don't really like it. And he's like, well, how can you say that? She's like, and the thing is, I really don't understand why you don't like it, because you like philosophy, you like mindset. If you really actually paid attention to the journey these Jedi Knights were going through to become a Jedi Knight, you'll be more into it. But because you do not want to understand, you won't understand. And he was like, all right, game on. And he's like really into it. By the end of that excerpt, he was actually into the story, understood the philosophy, paid attention to the movie, and really started to enjoy his time with his daughter. He always enjoyed his time with his daughter, but like I said, he was falling asleep at these movies, which also made her feel away, because it's like, what's the point of us even doing this if you're going to fall asleep? So the production was by him, as him maintaining his mindset, or the production capability, allowing himself to introduce new thoughts. The production, or the produced fruit, if you will, was they had a good time together. They ended up having bonding time and made memories and all the things. So I think that was really dope. That's a great reminder to make peace a priority often. I've choose progress or profit over peace. Often I've chose progress or profit over peace. You gotta choose peace, because like if you choose peace every time, you're gonna feel good. Like sometimes it's like, damn, if I take this certain job opportunity, it's gonna stress me out. But if I take this job opportunity, I'm taking less money, but it's a lot more peaceful, and like honestly more like da da da. And then when you take the one that's more peaceful, more like which tree do you want to nurture? Nurture the peaceful tree, or nurture the resistant tree, if you will? Like obviously trees can't be resistant, but you want your tree to produce good healthy fruits. And if you're being stressed out, if you're pouring stressful water into your tree, like what type of fruit do you think is going to produce? You know what I mean? Like you literally have to choose peace. Like I got a lot of siblings, right? I know people got like 10 times more siblings than me, but sometimes when they're going through things, or like we don't agree on certain things, like me and my older brother, we don't always agree about God. And he used to go to church all the time first. My brother was so deep in his faith, he used to go to Spanish speaking churches because he was fluent in Spanish. And he used to look at us like, you heathens. And then all of a sudden there's like this switch that happened where he doesn't have the same faith anymore. So rather than like judging him or trying to like convince him, I don't talk to him about that. I choose peace, not problems. Because not only is he my brother, he's my big brother. So he already thinks he's right. And he can sit on me. When I tell you this boy has literally sat on me, we're like grown now. Will he do it? Probably. Like I'm one of those big brothers. Like we're only 4.5 years apart. He will humble me in a heartbeat. So let's leave the problem. I'm like, you know what? If I start like, oh, I'm gonna pray for you, and you're like, Jesus, I'm like, you know what? You want a milkshake? Let's go get some milkshakes. Like, just choose peace. No problems. Okay, organizational PC. Love him though. I be praying for my brother though. I be praying for my big brother. I hope he don't see this, because then I'm gonna get a phone call. Okay, organizational PC. One of the immensely valuable aspects of any correct principle is that it is valid and applicable in a wide variety of circumstances. Throughout this book, I would like to share with you some of the ways in which these principles apply to organizations, including families as well as individuals. When people fail to respect the P and PC balance and their use of physical assets in organizations, they decrease organizational effectiveness and often leave others with dying geese. Because we read about the golden goose, which was basically this farmer had a goose who laid golden eggs, and he got very impatient about each, because the goose only laid one golden egg a day, right? But he became so impatient that he literally killed the goose, and he tried to like go inside the goose to get all the eggs at once. And guess what? Not only did he kill the goose, there was no eggs. He had to be patient. So that's what this is talking about. So when people fail to respect the P and PC balance, meaning maintain the goose, nurture the goose, and you would have got more eggs, but instead, now they got dying geese. For example, a person in charge of a physical asset such as the machine, may be eager to make a good impression on his superiors. Perhaps the company is in a rapid growth stage and promotions are coming fast, so he produces at optimum levels. No downtime, no maintenance. He runs the machine day and night. Production is phenomenal, costs are down, and profits skyrocket. Within the short time he's promoted. Golden eggs. But suppose you are his successor in the job and you inherit a very sick goose. A machine that by this time is rusted and starts to break down. You have to invest heavily in downtime. Maintenance costs skyrocket, profits nosedive, and who gets blamed for the loss of golden eggs? You do. Your predecessor liquidated the asset, but accounting system only reported unit production, cost, and profit. The P and PC balance is particularly important as it applies to the human assets of the organization, the customers, and the employees. The P and PC balance is particularly important as it applies to the human assets of the organization, the customers, and the employees. I'm trying to read while holding a what's the name in my hand. And my knee itch. Okay. I know of a restaurant that served a fantastic clam chowder and was packed with customers every day at lunchtime. Then the business was sold and the new owner focused on golden eggs. He decided to water down the chowder for about a month with costs down and revenues constant, profits zoomed, but little by little the customers began to disappear. Trust was gone and the business dwindled to almost nothing. The new owner tried desperately to reclaim it, but he had neglected the customers, violated their trust, and lost the asset of customer loyalty. There was no more goose to produce the golden egg. There are organizations that talk a lot about the customer and then completely neglect the people that deal with the customer, the employees. Bro, why does this sound like? Because with the whole like United Healthcare stuff, right? How like that CEO, God bless his soul, Father God, protect him on his journey home to you, respectfully, right? Why are all these other CEOs coming out? Like Blue Cross Blue Shield came out because they're about to start having people, I don't want to misquote it, but basically they were going to stop anesthesia after a certain allotted time based off what they thought was a good enough amount of time for anesthesia in a surgery. And basically making people pay for anesthesia, but it's like you need anesthesia. So then Blue Cross Blue Shield, after that United Healthcare situation, Blue Cross Blue Shield came out and made an announcement like, false alarm. We thought we were doing this thing, but actually turns out for the better, it will be best that it will never happen. Not only will it not happen, they said it will never happen. Like they doubled down on it. They realized that, oh, we need to care about these people. Anesthesia is a necessary thing. Like let's not do that, because the CEOs have to protect their financial revenue. It's a hot mess. But this is what this just made me think about. Okay, so then there are organizations that talk a lot about customer and they completely neglect the people that deal with the customer, the employees. The PC principle is to always treat your employees exactly as you want them to treat your best customers. You can buy a person's hand, but you can't buy his heart. His heart is where his enthusiasm. his loyalty is. You can buy his back, but you can't buy his brain. That's where his creativity is, his ingenuity. I think that is ingenuity, his resourcefulness. PC work is treating employees as volunteers, just as you treat customers as volunteers, because that's what they are. They volunteer. They the best part, their hearts and their minds. Because all work is volunteering with a paycheck to a point. Like, I'm choosing to be here. There's so many places I could choose to be. And just like I chose to be here, I can choose to leave. I was in a group once where someone asked, how do you shape up lazy, incompetent employees? One man responded, drop hand grenades. Several others cheered that kind of macho management talk, that shape up or ship out supervision approach. But another person in the group asked, who picks up the pieces? No pieces. Well, why don't you do that to your customers? The other man replied, just say, listen, if you're not interested in buying, you can just ship up and ship out of this place. He said, you can't do that to the customers. Well, how come you could do it to the employees? Because they're in your employee. Because they're in your employee. I see as your employees devoted to, okay, I see, are your employees devoted to you? Do they work hard? How's the turnover? Are you kidding? You can't find good people these days. There's too much turnover, absenteeism, absenteeism, moonlighting. People just don't care anymore. This is the employers talking about their employees. The focus on golden eggs, that attitude, that paradigm is totally inadequate to tap into the powerful energies of the mind and heart of another person. A short-term bottom line is important, but it isn't all important. Effectiveness lies in the balance. Excessive focus on P, the production, results in ruined health, worn out machines, depleted bank accounts, and broken relationships. Too much focus on PC, the maintaining or the maintenance of something, is like a person who runs 3 or 4 hours a day, bragging about the extra 10 years of life it creates, unaware he's spending them running. Or a person endlessly going to school, never producing, living on other people's golden eggs, the eternal student syndrome. To maintain the PPC balance, the balance between the golden egg production and the health and welfare of the goose production capability, is often a difficult judgment call, but I suggest the very essence of effectiveness. It balances short-term with long-term. It balances going for the grade and the pain, in paying the price to get an education. I have to take a pause because my eyes are in the gym right now and they're getting worked out. The average employee is expendable to the rich. Tis true, but also too, the average company is expendable to the employee because you're like, I could just go somewhere else, right? Which is also a mindset that me and my family member shares. Like, there's money everywhere outside. If you don't like me, if you don't want me, I'm gonna get me another job somewhere else, and they gonna want me. So you want me? Cause I want you. Oh, you don't want me? Okay, I don't want you. Let's see. Okay, give my eyes a break. It's a principle you can. Oh, hold on. Balances the desire to have a room clean in education. It balances the desire to have a room clean in the building of a relationship in which the child is internally committed to do it cheerfully, willingly, without external supervision. It's a principle you can see validated in your own life when you burn the candle at both ends to get more golden eggs and wind up sick or exhausted, unable to produce any at all, or when you get a good night's sleep and wake up ready to produce throughout the day. You can see it when you press to get your own way with someone and somehow feel an emptiness in the relationship, or when you really take time to invest in a relationship and you find the desire and the ability to work together to communicate takes a quantum leap. The PPC balance is the very essence of effectiveness. It's validated in every arena of life. We can work with it or against it. But it's there. It's the lighthouse. It's the definition and paradigm of effectiveness upon which the 7 habits in this book are based. Okay, that's the end of that excerpt. What y'all think? Did y'all like that? I like that because at first, honestly, I thought it was saying we only need to focus on PC, but P and PC balance. Not only do you need to maintain yourself, you want to maintain the like what you produce, right? Like you you can't, like, if you're a writer, you can't just write books all day just because you got all this stuff in your head. Like, if you're trying to sell books, at some point you're gonna have to figure out a strategy on how you want to sell those books and like get them out to the people and whatnot. But if you focus too much on getting all the books out to people and then you stop writing, like, you gotta find the balance. And if that's not a good example, you get where I'm going. You get what I'm saying. So I think that was dope. I like that one. Let me know what you liked about it in the comments. Okay, now we're on to the last and final part of the stream, you guys. And it's 12:20. It's 12:20 in the morning. It's Saturday morning. Did y'all watch Saturday morning cartoons? Because I did. I used to watch Winx Club. I used to watch Winx Club. There was like this show it came on after Winx Club. It was like these little girls, they looked like brats, but they were smaller and shorter, and their names were like Onyx and Ruby and Sapphire. They were all like named after different gemstones. Pearl. I used to love watching that show. I used to watch that. I would watch it would be like Looney Tunes early in the morning, Animaniacs a little bit after that, then it'd be like Pinky and the Brain after that. And then like, but the early morning shift of cartoons would be like Winx Club, that Stone show. And I used to watch Roly Poly Oly, like, just to be real. I really love Roly Poly Oly. Anyways, grab our pen. I like felt tip markers. The balance this book talks about can be applied to the first one. Only focusing on peace, you won't accomplish much. 100%. If you only focus on it, you definitely have to put forth effort in life to progress. Like, you just can't lay on your back and be lazy. But also too, don't try to choose problems on purpose, you know? Like, you gotta maintain yourself. Your shows were Doug and Recess. Heck yeah, Recess. Oh my gosh. And I love Doug. I love his friend, the blue guy. His name was Skeeter. Was he Skeeter? And then Patty Mayonnaise. And I'm going to give you my toddler lineup because I still remember this. I'm talking about like between the ages of like 4 to 7. This was my toddler lineup. You will watch Little Bear. Okay. It went Little Bear. Then it went Franklin, the turtle. And then after Franklin, it would be Blue's Clues with Steve. And then after Blue's Clues, we would watch Barney. That was my lineup as a kid on Saturday mornings. I literally, or not even just Saturday mornings, in the morning. Those were my, bro. Little Bill. Oh, I remember Little Bill. I used to think he had ashy lips, but then like I grew up and stopped being ignorant. I love Little Bill. I love Little Bill. Oh my gosh. And Arthur. Arthur was my brother's show. Because I used to feel like his little sister, Nadine or Francine, whatever her name was, like, you know, annoyed all the time. I really could not stand me when we were kids. Well, actually, when we were kids, he was my best friend. And then once the other two came around, he's like, too many girls. And you're part of the girl club. Bye. He was like the only boy. So he ditched us. But I used to love Arthur. Oh my gosh. You brought me back. And Little Bill. I feel like there's something else we're missing. Rocco's Modern Life was another good one when I got a little bit older. There was Ren and Stimpy. Highly inappropriate. Highly inappropriate. And trying to think, what's another one? Real Monsters played after Rugrats. Yes. Yay! We said it at the same time. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. All Real Monsters. Do y'all remember that crossover episode between Rugrats and All Real Monsters when they had like the Maltese And like it was like a black and white jazzy episode where Angelica was like the crime boss for these Maltese that their Jewish grandfather had, that Pops and whatnot. The fact that they called their grandpa Pops should have let you know they was with the times. You know? Cat Dog. Angry Beavers was my favorite show. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I loved Angry Beavers. I loved the blonde one. The brown one got on my nerves. I don't know why. And I loved the moose, the big moose from Angry Beavers. He was like wise and shit. Cat Dog. Could not stand cat. Loved dog. And the little pimp-like mouse who lived in a wall was a hot mess. Nothing beats Courage the Cowardly Dog. Honestly, Courage is top tier #1. If you don't like Courage the Cowardly Dog, something's wrong with you. But something was wrong with our parents for leaving us alone watching that show. Return the Slab. Like that shit actually literally scared me. That episode, um, I don't know why they had like a Phantom in the Opera mask in one of those episodes, which was highly creepy. Um, and there was like an episode where like they were in the basement of the house, and like it was a lot of little creepy episodes with Courage the Cowardly Dog, but still top tier. One of my favorite episodes from Courage the Cowardly Dog is when he had to when Eustace was getting seduced by the sea creature by the water puddle in their backyard, and like Courage had to swim down there to go get Muriel out of that clamshell or whatever, and it was like closing up as he was swimming, but he made it out. He made it out. Cartoon and Johnny Bravo, Cartoon Network was that bad. I used to watch Toonami when Cartoon Network was over. So like on Toonami, you know, they had all the wild shows. Damn, what was that one show called? I could see it now. Aqua Teen Hunger Force. No, that wasn't Toonami. That was Adult Swim. Aqua Teen Hunger Force. There was another like 80s, 90s, 80s looking show. Um, damn, what was it called? I used to watch Aqua Teen Hunger Force a lot though. That was a hot ass mess. The fact you remember the characters' names is hilarious. I do though, because I watched a lot of cartoons when I was a kid. I, as an adult, even my daughter watches me now. She's just like, "Mom, do you only like anime? You need to start watching shows with people." I was like, I could, but the people who I watch are just like the people who do YouTube or like people who do entrepreneurship things. Like I want to watch people like live a life. I don't want to watch reality shows. I don't like watching reality shows. I like movies that got like a good plot to it. So I'll watch like old school movies from like the 80s, 90s. I'll even watch a black and white film. Like I want a good story. I don't need to be sold on drama. So I really enjoy cartoons quite a bit. Like you have no idea. I like, bro, yeah. I could just watch them all day on my own time. In my free time, when I'm alone in my room, I literally will go on YouTube sometimes and I'll put in Boomerang because it all comes back to you. Tom and Jerry. What? Rocket Power? Come on. Yes, Rocket Power. Oh my gosh. As Told by Ginger? Do we not remember As Told by Ginger? Who else? It was As Told by Ginger, Rocket Power, because now you're bringing me to a different era. Really sharp. Ed, and Eddie. Me and my daughter just watched some of those episodes. They got newer episodes now of Ed, and Eddie. Didn't know that, so we watched that the other night. Double D, Ed, and Eddie. And let's see, who else? What else was on that Nickelodeon lineup? Cartoon wise, because there was like Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide. There was Amanda Show. There was Drake and Josh and iCarly and all that stuff. But like even before that, it was like a different, like all that and stuff like that. My son put me on to anime. I never watched it as a kid. We watched Hunter x Hunter, which was fire, bro. Let me tell you something about Hunter x Hunter. I literally did not click it on purpose on Netflix for like a couple years. And then one day I was like, let me watch this shit. When I tell you I've already watched every episode 3 times at least this year, because I need to understand. I need to understand. My favorite character out of Hunter x Hunter is Killua. Go and get on my nerves because he has that like that main character. I'm gonna annoy everybody, but I'm gonna do the right thing in the end energy. I even like Hisoka. Illumi is weird, quite weird, demented if you will, and I really enjoy Netero. Those are my favorite characters out of the series. I would say Killua was definitely number one, and I like power. Gon's the goat. Gon is awesome. When he fought Pichu, bro, that was crazy. But then it was like, there you go, put your life on the line for Kite. Respectfully, I understood why he was so attached to Kite, but parts of me was like, damn, you going really hard for a nigga you just met. You going really hard for going really hard for a nigga you just met who punched you in the face. But I get it though. I actually 100% get his why. And that's why I was like, and that's why he's going and I'm not. And that's why he's going and I'm not. Because I don't even think Killua would have even done that. He was like, Killua literally had to knock him out. Like, what you not gonna do is get us both killed with Kite right here at right now. Like, he's like, I had to knock him out because like he was gonna do too much. And I love the Greed Island episodes when they were training. Those are good episodes. And I do enjoy when the Phantom Troop. Damn, that sounds so bad. But I enjoyed when the Phantom Troop took over that what's it called? Not a charity thing, but when they were doing the auction episode where like they took over that whole building, that was crazy. Yeah, he just has the dog. He just has that dog in. I debate this with my son all the time. So, Gon versus Naruto. That's a good one. That's actually a really good one. I will up it. Gon versus Naruto versus Beerus. Who will win? Who will win? Who will win? The Zeno Kings. Who will win? Like, I don't know. Not me instigating. And I'm talking about like from the episode from Dragon Ball Z where they what's it called? What did they do? When they had to go to that tournament? Am I ready for Christmas? Not at all. Not at all. Because I have a child who has wants and needs. And I'm trying to convince her this year we need to go out and volunteer and go feed the people. Christmas is not all about gifts. Cause I just dropped 2 bands on my rent. Like, mommy don't have a lot of money right now. I have money, but not that kind. Like, let's try to do Christmas a little different. Are you ready for Christmas? Who's the third one you mentioned? Oh, I never watched Dragon Ball Z. Oh, Beerus is from Dragon Ball Z. So now you need to go and watch Dragon Ball Z. Preferably, it's always dope to watch all the episodes. I can never bring myself to watch every episode of One Piece. But like I enjoy Dragon Ball Z because I enjoy these shows because this is what I watched with my brother when I was a kid. Like the first ever anime I ever watched was Inuyasha. Literally had a crush on Inuyasha before like I understood I had a crush. Like I was just so obsessed with him. And then like hindsight, horrible choice. He literally talked to Kagome like crap all the time. And then I'm a single dad. Aww. Then it should be easy, kinda. I mean, I don't know. Damn, that's tough. Sorry. What else? Inuyasha was like the very first, and then up to recently, my overall favorite anime, I would say it's this one called Ajin. My Happy Marriage is like my favorite girl anime, but Ajin is like my favorite guy anime because it's about. Have you guys ever heard of Ajin? Yeah, I missed out on all that coming up. My son is 12. Oh, he's 12? Get him some socks in a video game. Damn, Charles. Got a lot happening all at once. That's a lot to take in, buddy. That's a lot to take in. I'm sorry. But Ajin is about how basically there's these humans who can live forever, no matter what happens to them, no matter how they die, no matter like rather if it was hit by a car, fall out of a plane, hit by a train, cut apart in pieces. Like it don't matter how they pass, they always come back. Here's the kicker. They don't know that they're immortal until they actually do die. And then usually when people pass or whatever, if you will, it's usually always in front of people, right? Because um environment wise, it's really just like a safe place, right? But when it's like when you find out, you once you find out you're an Ajin, you run away because the government wants you to test experiments on you. They say that they take you to like basically just study you, but the study is how many ways can we kill you, and you keep revitalizing, like literally. So they literally have you on a table and they'll do every single thing that they could before they, what's the name of this again? Ajin, Ajin, and it's on Netflix. It only has one season, maybe two tops, but it's crazy because it starts off with this boy. Not to give the whole thing away, but I'm about to. So it starts off with this opening scene like back in like the early 90s or 80s where like this whole military went crazy on this one person who this man single-handedly fought an entire military by himself, regular human stuff, not even on like some superhero magical whatever. Like he truly was like a soldier, and he took on a whole army and bodied everybody because the regeneration time every time someone would die as an Ajin, it's probably like less than 10 seconds and he's back up. And not just is he back up, he's back up picking up where he left off. So this guy, his name is Sato. And Sato, I believe, was that guy from the beginning of the movie. So then they fast forward probably like 20, 40 years, and it's basically following this little boy who is in school and he hates hearing about odd genes. He's like, oh my gosh, this he has like a very like annoyed this like he's annoyed by everybody and everything. Turns out he didn't even know that he died as a kid. And the people who are considered odd genes have this connection. Listen, follow me. The people who are odd genes have this connection to these space-like phenomenas where basically it's like a silhouette of this very very strong um I don't even know how to describe it, like exoskeleton thing that no one can see. They call them ghosts, and they're like these giant black ghosts that only come out if like something's going on, like something bad's about to occur. And basically, it's almost like your mind has a second body outside of yourself. And that thing is not seen by anyone unless they're about to die, or if like they're battling another person who's an Ajin. Like Ajins can recognize other Ajins because they look outside and be like, why the fuck is there 4 black ghosts outside? So there's 4 Ajins in the area? Okay, what the fuck? Who's here? Like, that's how they recognize each other, right? But the ghosts aren't always around. They have to literally call on them. And the ghosts don't have like a personality. Like they literally are just like these black figures made out of like stardust. It's crazy, right? So why does this matter? Sato is such a like cold-hearted person. Like I don't even know how to, I'm like really ranting about it. It was so crazy because he was so mad that people would never believe him when he said the government is like hurting these children and whatnot. It's because like a lot of the people who find out they're Asians, they're kids and stuff, not like kids, but like teenagers, and they will just do all these crazy radical experiments on them, and then the government felt like they had a right to them, so they'll literally put you on a manhunt list. Like, we're looking for this Ajin. You're no longer human. We're looking for this Ajin. We just want to get them saved. Blah blah. Man, almost like the whole pharmaceutical company stuff, like the insurance company. Literally, Sato's like, you know what? If you won't listen to me, I'm gonna take your money. And this man, because he can't die, he blew up a whole like skyscraper building while he was on it. on public news, and he rode that bitch down like a roller coaster. Like he literally went to the top of the skyscraper, held on to the handrails, blew that bitch up, and rode it down and said, "I'ma do this every day." Like, I was like, I gotta watch it again. I gotta watch this again, and I will. It was nuts. That was nuts. I'm sorry, I just got into an anime tangent, but that lets you know I really like my cartoons. I really like my shows. I be into it. It's my way to escape from life. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's fun. It's a good time. You know, when you're single, I've been single for almost 7 years now, being on my own. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I might have chatted to people here and there, but when I say I be by myself, minding my business, watching my shows, passing the time by, making money, this is what I mean by that. Like, that's why I know these shows so in depth, because I don't have a man. Oh my gosh. And if he can't watch anime enthusiastically like me, I don't want it. I don't want it. Because you're not going to have me feel weird in my house. Like, what? Damn, you really into anime. And I am. The fuck? And I am. And I'm going to continue to be. You're really into video games. Like, you're really into horses. You're really into money. I'm like trying to make it positive again. So, anyways. Let's get to what we were supposed to get to. I'm just chatting. Let's journal. Let's get into the journaling part, okay? So we got our pen, we got our notebooks, and now we're gonna journal and, like, you know, get our stuff off. You remember, when you journal, we're writing either our name, our thoughts, our dreams, our hopes, best case scenarios. We're scripting, whatever. We're thanking God. Whatever it is you want to do, write it down, and we're gonna keep it going. Ozark on Netflix is good, and I've watched every episode of Ozark. If it's a good story, just know I've either watched it or it's on the watch list. I love Ozark. Me and my whole family watched Ozark together, like it was a religion. It was a hot mess, and the way it ended was crazy. We watched Ozark when I was pregnant with my daughter. I never watched an episode of Power at the time. Power was like still with Ghost in it and stuff like that. And my mom's like, "You never watched Power?" I said, "No." She's like, "You're pregnant. You got nothing to do. You're like in your third trimester. Watch Power." And when I tell you I went from watching one episode to the whole season, all the seasons in 1 week, she's like, "You finished the whole thing?" I said, "Mom, they killed ghosts." I was so, if it's a good story, I'ma watch it. And then today, me and my mom watched BMF for the first time. Like, we always are like kind of late to the train, but because we're like, what is it, hyped or is it good? Like, that's how we are about shows. And we were watching it, and there was this one scene. I don't remember the woman's name, but Misha was like, "Miss Patterson, yeah, we gonna leave the park," if that was her name. But he's like, "Oh yeah, Miss Patterson." She's like, "Get out of here, da da da. I know what y'all doing." He's like, "Miss Patterson, we got it, we gonna leave. We understand." And then she walked away. She's like, "Okay, Mish." She's like, "Man, fuck Miss Patterson." Like, what the fuck? What are we watching? Watch All the Power, Snowfall. What? I watched Snowfall, but I caught the wrong episode. Let me tell you why. And I couldn't watch it anymore. So the episode I watched, the boy, the main character, his money got taken, and they went to go recruit like his cousin or somebody, some bigger guy, to go get the money. And the way he went to go get the money, not only did he go and get the money, he re-stole the money that was stolen. And the way he took it was he bent somebody over, and that somebody was another dude. And he took that man's manhood from him. And that was my first time watching Snowfall. And I was like, I don't gotta watch everything. It's okay. I'm gonna let the rest of the world have this. I wasn't ready for that. I said, this is what y'all watching. Okay. I'm like, I'm not doing it. That was crazy to me. Beyond crazy. What'd she say? Yeah, Snowfall was bugging. Snowfall was bugging. Said they used the audio from the episode and said it was Meek and Diddy. You're ridiculous. Stop. That's a mess. That is a mess. My journal entry, Lord bless me with stop. Stop. Oh my gosh. Okay. You know, sometimes I don't always want not my dreams. I don't always want, as you can see what I'm writing about, I don't always want to journal all the time, but I do it even when I don't feel like it, because it's like, show up for yourself. Show up for yourself. Just show up for yourself, right? And I'm done. Okay? I did my journal, and then usually, like, when I'm journaling, like, by myself in the morning, I'm not gonna lie to you, I take breaks, I come back to it, and, like, I do maybe, like, a few pages, but at night, I'm like, what we're not gonna do is, like, 20 pages on one live. So, there's that. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, you guys, or tonight, because it's now 12:52. This went way longer than I thought. CC, your energy is beautiful to the world. Thank you, Charles. I appreciate you, honey. And my bad, Charles. Q tripping. Y'all are a mess. Make sure you guys like this live if you like it. Share if you care. Subscribe if it was a vibe and you want to hang out with me tomorrow, because I stream daily on beauty, self-care, and more. Check me out. Yeah. And donate if you want to see some changes. And you can leave gifteds now in the chat. So leave comments down below on some books you guys want me to read in the future. If there's any poets that you guys want to read, me to read, and all the things. And I really enjoyed spending time with you guys. Have some fun. It's Friday night, Saturday morning. Hope you guys make some good memories. Don't let anyone stress you. And okay, I love you. Bye-bye. Okay, good night, baby. I love you. Bye-bye.